7 signs he is using you. Hi, I'm Antia, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man Method. And look, if you are new to my channel, comment, like, and subscribe so you get notified for more juicy videos coming your way. So, if you are done with being used by men who just don't appreciate you, comment below, I am ready. All right, let's go ahead and dive right in. Number 7, he always has an excuse. Now, what oftentimes happens is when you are dating a man who uses you, that when you call him and when you ask him questions, he always has an excuse. Right? Like he had a flat tire, his mom needed his help, his grandma died, right? Like his hamster fell into the sink, and literally, whatever I list, he does, okay? And it almost becomes laughable. You can almost set the clock to it, and I'm sure your girlfriends are already rolling their eyes because they're like, okay, what's the next excuse he's gonna come up? And of course, the reason why is because he's not giving you his full commitment that you desire to have from him, but instead he either has like someone else on the side, or he simply uses you, whether for your money or for sex or for other favors that you do for him. I mean, girlfriend, I've heard quite some stories. So time to get out of there. He is using you. Number 6, he only calls you for favors. This goes along the same lines that I talked about, which is what's always in it for him. So when you get a call from him and like you're asking yourself, wait, what's in it for me? You will actually quickly realize that there is really nothing in it for you. Right? He's always just like, hey babe, how are you? Oh, I'm so good. Hey, can you do me a quick favor? Can you run over and just pick up, some, whatever honey and whatever else, other things that he probably uses for his mistress that he has coming over later at night. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I've heard crazy stories where the women were actually babysitting for the guy who was on a business trip, only to find out that on the business trip, he actually had a whole different relationship with a totally different woman, right? Okay, so time to actually push the brakes and say no more, right? Like, what's in it for me? Hey, I'm ready to receive a favor myself, dude, okay? All right, so if you want to learn more about what we're talking about here, then get your free quiz, your custom gifts as well that help you to step more into your power, into your queen, be unapologetically and set the boundaries accordingly when a man just dares to try to attempt to use you. Number 5, one of my favorites, super manipulative, is if you loved me. I call the if you loved me trap. Now, what oftentimes can happen is if you refuse to give them what the man wants, so maybe he says, hey babe, can you give me $50 to, so I can put gas into my tank, or can you just like fill this thing out real quick, or can you just do this thing real quick? I mean, I had women co-sign loans. I mean, it's nuts. Like, oh, and definitely if you meet someone online, I mean, that's already a no-go, right? So if somebody actually says, and I had a client like that where he was like, if you loved me, you would do that for me. My future wife would go through hell for me. Like I would say, girlfriend, it's time to run the opposite direction. Put that sneakers on. This is not okay because this has nothing to do if you love him, because he's basically saying that if you loved him, you disrespect yourself. If you loved him, you leave yourself, you abandon yourself, you deny your needs, you don't listen to your instincts. And by the way, you take care of him. Like what? Like he is there to take care of you. You are most likely a very successful, highly powered, high quality woman, right? And you actually deserve that someone does something for you for a change. But instead, if somebody says like, if you love me, okay, hold on. This is like doormat alert. Something inside of you is sending the signal that he can do that with you. So it's time to set the boundaries and really saying, well, hey, we're definitely not in the same conversation here. And if that's what it means, then that's what it means. But you're not going to get my money. I'm not going to just go to the store for you. I'm not going to sign anything for you. Number 4, he's only available on odd days. And that's, of course, particularly relevant when it comes to him actually dating someone else. So there's many different reasons when men use you, and part of it could be he is actually dating someone else. He's not respecting you, and he is using you because, like I said, you're maybe financially better off, things of that nature. And how you can tell is like he's like available on Thursday at 5, right? Or like on Sunday at 3. Or like just really odd, right? You never get the Friday night or the Saturday night date. You never get like the majority of the day. It's going to be always something random. It's going to be like I had one client and it was like a breakfast, at 7 in the morning. So it's like, hey, where do you need to be at 9, And so if it's like really odd things, really early in the morning, definitely late at night, that's like the booty call, where you can tell like he was on a date with someone else and now he calls you to get his dessert. No, thank you. Okay, so those are definitely signs to watch out for. Now, this and so much more we talk about in my free Magnetize Your Man Facebook group. Hop on over to mymfbgroup.com. Now, another big one, number 3, is he's missing in action. And so what I mean by that is, I had like one friend tell me the story where she was dealing with a couple and everything just always went to voicemail. Like this person could just not reach the spouse. And of course, this could just happen in relationships too, or, just when you date someone. But there was like a missing in action, right? There was no like response to your text message, and the man is just like not reaching out to you, and he's just like not in communication, or he's just nonchalantly breaking the date that you guys just decided to have. And then like 3 weeks later comes up out of ghost town, right? Like we call that zombieing. And he's going to come up out of nowhere, nonchalantly, doesn't apologize, and just kind of minimizes that he was gone for 3 weeks. Doesn't even give any reason, right? So he's really like missing in action, right? There's a lot of words, but there's unfortunately not a lot of actions. Girlfriend, in this case, I highly recommend get the heck out of there. So again, this is a reminder to take my free Magnetize Your Man quiz so you get out of that hamster rat race. I just thought it's the hamster wheel or the rat race. Both of them are fine. Okay, so if you're done with doing that, hop on over to mymquiz.com. Number 2, he never goes out of his way. So this is pretty important. This is maybe also if the man doesn't exactly live in your town and you are always the thing who you're always the one who goes out of your way to meet his needs, or maybe you always drive to him, or you always like think about how you can surprise him, but you realize that you actually don't really get surprised. Or the man is saying, oh wait, I don't really want to drive that far, on a Thursday night, on a Friday night, on a Saturday, just 1 hour, 2 hours, it's just too much. So there's this feeling of like, wait a minute, I'm doing all of this for you, but it's kind of similar, a little bit just like he calls you only for favors, right? Like he never goes out of his own way in terms of like making you happy, like being even interested, being invested, what makes you tick, right? Like making sure like, hey, let me learn about you. Let me do something special. Let me spend some quality time with you. Let me tell you how I feel about you, and so on. Let me give you like that special affection that you desire to have. He doesn't do any of that. He's never willing to do any compromises. It's all about me, myself, and I. And girlfriend, he's teaching a big lesson there, because that should be the same for you. Time to put yourself first, time to put yourself on a pedestal and give this guy a hall pass. I mean, a run pass. And lastly, this is actually super, super important. This may be actually like, hello, of course, common sense, but oftentimes not so much when it comes to reality, which is you feel drained versus uplifted. This, of course, comes from if you are used to jumping through all the hoops from your childhood. If you had a dad and he was emotionally unavailable, and he was just not there for you, and you thought, hey, if I just like burn myself out, if I just do whatever I can, if I just drain the heck out of myself and give him all the power and all the energy and all the pleasure and all the fun and all the entertainment and all the things, then like he'll love me. Okay, and that's why you may not notice when you feel drained, because for you, it's normal. As a matter of fact, for you, you may even feel like, oh, I'm getting closer to him loving me, because that was the hope that you had as a little girl. However, this will of course never come into reality, because you're attracting the wrong kind of man into your life. You're attracting that kind of man into your life who matches the profile of your dad. So a man who makes you feel like very similar to how you felt towards your dad. So this is really, really powerful to know, because the only healing from that is actually starting to go on dates with men that actually don't feel that familiar. They may even feel a little bit boring. They may even feel a little bit bland to your nervous system. However, something inside of you leaves you uplifted when you leave them. So ladies, my question for you, of course, is what sign have you experienced? Like, what is helpful for you, and where do you need more support? This is it for today. Again, if you liked this video, then go ahead, like that subscribe button, comment, smash that comment section, so to say, and I will see you in the next video. Much love. Take care. Mwah!